Good morning, viewers. So statistics show, or they are telling us, that for us to continue protecting ourselves, the bodies of the people who have died out of COVID-19 needs to be disposed between 24 and 48 hours. I know in Kenya our death rate is not that high, but as the government continues to prepare themselves in terms of how we are embracing the change that is coming, God forbid. But if it comes, because it's all about being prepared, how are we preparing our society? So thank you for joining me in this discussion. My name is Samuel Thuo. I'm a young anthropologist. And the cultural students out there will join me in understanding one thing, that there is nothing that we do in our society that is done in isolation or is done for the sake of it. If you look at the Western region or Nyanza, they have a way in which they bury their, or the rituals they do, the rites that they perform on the body, or even the family. And we are not supposed to ignore that. Because if you're telling them that now, if your relative dies out of the coronavirus, that we need to dispose the body in 24 hours, how are we going to factor in the rites of passage or even the mourning process? You have heard about the wailing, the people who are the professional mourners. They are not just there for the sake of it. You have heard of a fire being lit for 3 days until the body is buried. That's when the fire is put off. All these things have a meaning. So my lecturer, Dr. Wandere in Moi University, used to tell me that such things, for example, among the Western region, they would do it so that they please the spirit, so that at least they are sure that this person will rest in peace and is not going to come or maybe haunt them or maybe interfere with their daily lives. And I think that we need to sit down, we need to prepare families that some of these things that were being done might not be possible for now. Maybe they can think of how they can reschedule the mourning process. Maybe they can have a way in which they can maybe put it together so that at least when this person is buried and this person is ready to rest, then the society will not be left in a way in which it's having a conflict. Remember how our country fought with cattle rustling? So much we did this because the young anthropologists out there never stood up and really understood what cattle rustling all meant. People just thought it was stealing of cows. But it is more than that, and that's the same thing with the barriers or with disposing of bodies, or when somebody dies, just saying that you'll do it in 24 hours is not enough. So we need to find solutions out there. We need to go to our society and speak to them early enough so that this thing will not get to them like a shock. Because some of these things are inevitable, and if we head there, then we don't want to be caught up in the quagmire. So allow me to get to reach there, and I also want to appreciate what the Kenyan society is doing right now. I can see people are donating food, people are reaching, they have a common enemy. For once, we are not fighting politically, we are fighting against one enemy. I also want to appreciate the Kenyatta University students who have come up with an inhaler. Was it an inhaler or that gadget where people can breathe by? That is the innovations we are looking for from the young scholars in our country. All we are saying is that you don't sit down and do nothing. Stand and be counted. So continue staying safe, continue looking out for one another, look for people. We are continuing to sensitize people about the mental health. What we have discussed right now is about mental health. There is also other people who need mental health guidance. I talked about the people who have lost their jobs, the people who do not have something to eat. Other than just giving them food, you need to speak to them, you need to encourage them, and you need to show them that we are in this journey together. God bless you. God bless Kenya. God bless the world. Cheers.